Hey guys, this is Cholera coming with Game 2 of C versus Free at the MBC Allstars skins match, and this was played just 2 days ago, so this is not a blast from the past, this is a blast from 2 days ago. So C not playing too well in Game 1, or perhaps it was Free playing very well. Free just outproducing, out-expanding C, and C sort of playing a defensive game that really didn't win him the game. Really cost him a lot in production, and just lost in the end. Second match here is on Zodiac, and we have C here spawning at 9 o'clock in the white as the Terran player. That means we have Free spawning at 3 o'clock in yellow as the Protoss player. Zodiac's a very resource-heavy modern map. 4 spawn locations at the 12, 3, 6, and 9, and each of the main bases comes with one expansion below a ramp, one natural expansion, and also in the middle of the map there are 4 expansions on ramps and 2 more expansions on islands. So if you've been watching some of the older maps with much fewer resources, this is definitely not one of them. This is a modern Korean pro map, and they do expect you to play a more macro-heavy game in this type of map. So I'm expecting that both players will go for macro-heavy builds in the beginning, perhaps a fast expansion, or at least fast technology. I don't expect a rush on from either player. It would be quite difficult to pull one off, although that has proven to be successful because of the psychological, the lack of expectation of a rush. It could happen, but so far we're not seeing too much. We're seeing Free building his pylon and C now building a supply depot, so both players not opting to do a proximity build or anything. And yeah, Free just showing that he's a very solid Protoss player in the first game. I haven't watched too much of Free. I just saw him in the GSI a few weeks ago, which you guys should just check out, the Com TV Star Invitational, and a gateway going up for Free. And he's just played so solid in the first game. Nothing spectacular, just not going carriers, going for arbiters, expanding a lot, and just keeping the pressure on C the entire game. And C really just was unable to deal with it. And a simulator going up for Free, so we are seeing a fast technology build here, probably going for Dragoons to start with, and a barracks and a refinery going up for C, so likewise for C, probably going to see some factory units coming up. So if you're enjoying watching these commentaries, please check out sc2gg.com. That's where I like to visit, and I'm one of the commentators there. And please give me suggestions about what I could do better. Cybernetic's core going up for Free there, and he's going to be mining some gas. We'll see if he decides to do get a fast expansion now after his first Dragoon is popped, or if he decides to just go for fast technology and perhaps get a mid-game attack here. Likewise for C. C is also, of course, a very solid Terran player, but last game he just played really defensively, and I don't think that was the right strategy. Staying at 2 bases for a long time and keeping his units in his base, I guess he wanted Free to attack him early on and to counterattack after the initial attack failed, but it just didn't happen because Free was content to just sit back and out-expand C. Actually, a Zealot being produced for Free here, and he's going to try to block his ramp here from a scouting SCV. Both players now sending their 1 worker unit to scout, and we have an SCV moving, I think, probably to the right direction for C. Probe's moving to the Ron spawn location at the 12 o'clock. And we see a Citadel of Adun going up for Free, actually, so he's not building Dragoons. He's going to go for some DT, most likely. And so he's not going for expansion, it's just very fast tech here. And we'll see if this pays off for him. That's probably the reason why he built that Zealot there, to block his ramp, just to prevent or to hinder a scout from going in. And 2 Marines here for C, just trying to intercept a probe likewise. And his first factory is up right now. Actually, he's also going for something sneaky. His SCV is at the bottom of his base. Oh no, that's just a command center. I thought I was going to go for a starport or something. That is also a possibility. You can do a Wraith Rush. But he's just trying to get his expansion. This might be a big problem for him once these Dark Templar come out, because he might not have enough detection or forces to deal with them. And we'll see if the Zealots manages to prevent the... Yes, the Zealots positioned perfectly here. Manages to prevent the SCV from going into the base. And a Dragoon pushing out here. Perhaps he doesn't want C to get too suspicious of what's going on, so he's going to go and make a little attack. Make it as if he's going for a more standard build, Dragoons into robotics facility or something like that. But in reality, he has his Templar Archive building in his base, and he only has 1 gateway, so it's going to take him a little while to build out the necessary DTs, but I assume he's just going to be making as many as possible and pushing them into the base here. And yeah, C getting his machine shop up and probably researching mines, or possibly siege And Mines would be a really lucky choice for him at this point, because Mines would be effective against these DTs. Siege would not be effective at all. Just because usually Protoss does go for Dragoons here, and a tank and a couple of Marines aren't enough to stop him. And we've seen Engineering Bay going up for C actually, so that's quite lucky of him. Perhaps he suspects something fishy going on, seeing the Zealot blocking the ramp. Often Protoss doesn't build a Zealot at all, Terran versus Protoss. They just opt to go for a straight Dragoon, and now a second base going up for free also. If C holds this, he's going to be a little bit ahead, I feel, because he did get his command center built a while ago, and now pushing out here with a couple of tanks. And ooh, that SEV may have spotted the shadow moving. I am not sure about that. If C saw the shadow, which just the Koreans love to show the players' expressions after they may have seen something, and I don't know what that expression means. It could be that he suspects something. But anyway, he's moving out with his tanks and a couple of Marines, and I have a feeling he's playing a spot now. Good players just constantly look at their troops, and if they see that blur, they know it's coming. In any case, C actually perhaps suspecting, yeah, C suspects it. He's building a missile turret, but it may not be in time here. Free going and chopping off this missile turret here, and there's no detection at all for C, but he has researched mines, and yeah, the mine getting taken out, one mine getting taken out, two mines, second mine did hit the DT, so now one more mine will kill him. And meanwhile, C really needs to go on the offensive here and try to do some damage to Free. Free, of course, forced to reveal his hand here, and yeah, now big force going in for, well, relatively big force going in for C here. He's building a missile turret here too, also to provide some field detection here. The missile turret is going to be up in time though before this DT gets amongst these tanks, and that DT is going to be able to kill off these tanks. The tanks do take out all the Dragoons, but now there's a DT on the ramp for C's ramp, and it's going to prevent any reinforcements from getting down there to help the second base here. And looks like C very smartly putting a vulture mine there and hitting the DT once. And now two tanks actually in the main of Free here. Oh, wow. I didn't know how they snuck up there. I guess there was just no forces. And C cleverly taking out a couple of probes there. It looks like it is going to be taken care of, though, now the last tank. And a Stargate actually up for Free. And C has spotted that. So I guess it could be Dark Templar into carriers here. That's the only thing that would make any sense. And that's a really fast carrier attack on this map, on any map, because he barely has the second base up, and he's being attacked by factory units. I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with this successfully, this vulture push here with mines, but his Dark Templar is forcing the second expansion to basically do nothing, just stopping production there. And he's trying to take it down here. SCV now repairing, and yeah, a scan finally coming in for C, so I guess he got his... an Arbiter Tribunal going up. I guess not carriers. Arbiters again for free, and this is really interesting. Arbiter is off of basically one base and one base producing. So Arbiter off of two bases, really fast Arbiter attack, and honestly, I'm not sure exactly if that's a great idea. And a lot of vultures coming in, yeah, exactly for this reason, because for a while Terran will have a lot more of a mobility advantage and a unit production advantage before the Arbiters really can do too much. I guess he could rely on those Arbiters for defense. Now the Vultures getting around the Dragoons, just trying to plant mines and take all the Dragoons out. Looks like all the Dragoons do get taken out. Now 4 Vultures attacking Free's mineral line here at the natural expansion, and Free is not going to get his Arbiters out in time to deal with this harassment, this constant harassment. Looks like 3 more Vultures still alive. They're going for the main now after the probes have been shifted away, and they're going to be picking off a couple more probes before succumbing, I think. Yeah, picking off maybe 3 or 4 probes, and now more Vultures actually coming in with more mines, and they've mined the exit to Free's main base here. So Free now going to have a lot of trouble with those Dragoons, because the Dragoons, yeah, they're just going to get taken out there by the mines. So really clever placement by C here, and now a couple more Dragoons coming out. Looks like the first Arbiter is being produced there, and I guess you could use the Arbiters as a sort of defense, but you know, it's just really not enough. You know, the defense being that Terran may not have enough scans to really attack to deal with the cloak.